Hello, this is Redwind,
And Honora.
and we are finally done with the maneuvering videos, and on we are to videos about the weapon drops, or item drops I should say. This video is about the one-handed melee weapons.
Of which there are relatively few compared to some other classes of weapons.
Yes, in the next video we will talk about two-handed melee weapons. In this one, let's see, how many one-handeds are there? There are 5 one-handed melee weapons.
Yep. So we're going to start with the one-handed weapons because they're kind of less obstructive to a playstyle. The two-handed melee weapons change the way that you need to be playing while you're holding them. But the one-handed weapons basically just tack on a little bit of extra damage or a little extra effect to the way that you're playing. You can play exactly the same way if you've got a one-handed weapon in your hand as if you have no weapon in your hands. So we're going to take just a moment to gather them all up in one spot so we can show you guys. So we'll be back in just a minute. Okay guys, and now after way too many minutes of waiting for a scimitar to drop, which is a gold sword, we have all 5 of them here. Along with about 5 million items that we pulled trying to get the scimitar to drop. So all of the one-handed items are generally the same. The two that are exactly basic are the saber in my left hand here, right here, and the crowbar in my right. These are very basic. They just increase your damage. All of the one-handed items deal 13 damage. A punch, to give you an example, is 10 damage, and a charged punch is 20. All of the one-handed weapons deal 13 to 25 damage. 13 when you're just swinging with it, and 20 when it's fully charged, like that.
Or 25.
25, sorry. Yeah, and then, if you charge it only a little bit, you get somewhere in the middle, like 18-ish. Depending on
the only difference between the crowbar and the saber would be
the saber has a little bit more reach.
Yeah, it's longer.
See how it's a little longer? They do take that into account. Now, one of the nice things about one-handed items is if you decide you don't want them anymore, you can throw them, and they hurt your opponent.
And they will also knock them over if the opponent's in the air.
Yeah.
Which is really, it's funny actually. We laugh about it all the time.
Delay your opponent. It cancels powers, and it cancels Vintage's ultimate. So don't play Vintage.
Yeah.
He's the worst character.
Actually, I don't know if we've tested that since we've had the update, but we definitely should. It was a terrible idea.
So next on the list is the frying pan, which Redwind has just picked up. The frying pan, is, as normal, does the same amount of damage, 13 and 25. The only thing is that it swings a little faster, and it deals damage on the backswing. Most of them do, but the frying pan just swings a little faster. And it doesn't always look like it, but when you do it in-game, especially if you have 2 frying pans, you can definitely tell. Double frying pan is one of our favorite ways to choose your way to victory.
Yeah, I haven't used it very much, mainly because Honora makes such a point at getting double frying pans every game that I never get the chance to. He just thinks it's funny, which it is, but it's also pretty effective.
Yeah, you just run in and swing 6 times, like... Next is the scimitar. Now, the scimitar is really nice for a couple reasons. Here, I'm gonna use all my powers here. So, when I hit Redwind on the front swing... Oh, wow, that's weird. It did on the backswing too this time. Okay. Well, apparently on the front swing and the backswing, although we have normally been noticing that it doesn't do so on the backswing.
Yeah.
It gives you half of a power. It's kind of odd that it did it both times this time, the inconsistency, but...
Yeah, it could be a problem with our swinging, actually, but we'll figure it out.
That's possible. Well, in any case, it gives you half a power when you hit with it, the scimitar does. Makes it a pretty good item, because the other ones, they don't give you as much.
They don't give you a bonus, it's just...
Yeah. Huh. Well, I guess...
It's a little strange.
This is confusing, this particular game. Well, hopefully the beam sword is still the same.
The beam sword is the most unique and easily the best one-handed weapon.
Gives you an entire power each time. Now see, this one's working normally.
Yeah.
On the backs, what? Normally it does not give you anything on the backs, and this is the oddest
Possibly
game
could have to
generation
do with
I've ever had.
overheat. We haven't looked into that, but it's the only thing I can think of. So,
The overheat?
yes, I don't know why it would. But
That's not. I don't see how that could be possible. Well, this is odd. Sorry to sound so unprofessional, but we really have. I mean, we've been playing this game for 8 months now, and playing it seriously for about 5, and it's been consistent until tonight. it's like when the lock on your car isn't working, and you show it to the mechanic, and it works perfectly. So whenever you want to show somebody else, it's not what you thought it was.
yes,
So
but
in practice, we've generally noticed the scimitar provides more powers, and the beam sword provides by far the most powers, and that should stay consistent no matter how weird certain instances may be. The other nice thing about the beam sword, so these other swords here, I'll pick up the scimitar. Again, they all do the same damage, so don't get fooled into. I mean, I did data mining to find out. Don't get fooled into thinking that one of them does more damage than the other. The only argument you can make there would be the frying pan. The frying pan, because it swings a little faster. But so you see, when I hit enough times with the scimitar, it just blows up because it runs out of shots. See, it blows up into those little feather thingies. When I hit enough with the beam sword, it goes away, it loses like its charge sort of, but you see how I still have it in my hand here? Okay, so I can throw the hilt and get an extra little bit of oomph out of it, and that's just kind of convenient. It is annoying though when you forget that you have it in your hand and you're trying to do stuff and you're not getting anything done because you're holding the hilt of the beam sword in your hand. So that can be a little bit frustrating, but
here, I'm going to test something real fast.
yeah, it's being inconsistent, which is unfortunate for us, but it doesn't make a huge difference, so we'll just, I think, pretty much finish up here. We don't have anything else. Don't have anything else to talk about for the one-handed weapons. It's just that it's foolish not to pick up a one-handed weapon if you're just not holding anything.
Yes, it doesn't restrict your movement at all. You can dash just as fast. You can
Yeah.
jump just as high.
It doesn't slow you down. Oh, the last thing I would mention is effects such as what's it called? The spiked shield.
Oh,
The
yeah.
shield that deals you damage every time that you punch it or kick it. If you're using a weapon, that does not hurt you, so that's convenient. But that's the last thing, I think. So the next video will be about one-handed...
two-handed melee weapons.
Oh yeah, two-handed melee weapons. Sorry, I was thinking about ranged weapons. Yeah, two-handed melee weapons. So until we get to that time, I've been Honora.
And I've been Redwind.
And we'll see you guys next time.